All right, welcome back to Taking a New Approach podcast. I am so grateful to be here again doing another episode for you beautiful souls. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for giving me your time and your effort, your energy. I really appreciate it. If you're new, please stay around to the end of the message. Like I always say in the beginning, the universe does not make mistakes. It's the reason why you clicked on this. This is your intuition talking to your higher self, the Holy Spirit, whoever you believe in, that is telling you you need to hear this message. All right. So I always like to start off the podcast with a little bit of breathing so that we can ground ourselves to get us prepared for the message, because your power lies in the now. I'm going to keep saying that every episode as much as I can remember for myself, because it's really true. The future only exists in your mind. The past is only in your mind. The only thing that's actually happening is the now. Okay, so I always like to count to 3, take in that deep breath, and then blow it out. Do a second one, and then I like to just get to the topic. Okay, you could keep doing it if you need more, because I don't know how your day is going. Hopefully, I'm sending you positive vibes, and hopefully everything is going well. And if not, hopefully this helps to kind of bring you back to who you truly are, which is greatness. Honestly, that's really what it is. You're just great. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Then one more time. 1, 2, 3. Every time I do it, I just feel so amazing. It gets me grounded, brings me down, and just makes me be present even more. Okay? And I just feel relaxed. So hopefully you do too. So I'm going to get right into it. And basically I was just kind of walking around my apartment. I was doing some cleaning. I decided, and I just wanted to shift the energy around, right? And it's so funny that I kind of started to clean, kind of move some stuff around, threw a lot of stuff out. And all of a sudden thoughts just started to roll in, and I was doing a little bit of inner child work with some coloring book and stuff like that. You know, I got to do what I got to do, but the topic I want to talk to you about today is your mental image on any topic is everything. Your mental image on any topic, not just like your body or just money, like any topic is everything. If you don't change that first, you can change the outside with whatever the situation is or whatever the topic is, but you will always either fall back in the same trap or fall into a new trap. And I'm going to break this down. I don't lose. I ain't going to leave you hanging. Okay. So when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, because I talked about in one of these podcasts that I've done, all this is kind of pre-recorded or whatever, but I talked about just my journey with just self-love, with my body image, with being overweight, growing up overweight, and kind of the depression I've had with it, kind of the insecurities, and how that, and that stuff has leaked into like relationships and all different types of stuff, right? And I was thinking about it was a moment when I lived in Lowell, Mass. And I just decided, I just want to get back in shape, really just give my all. And as I was doing it, I was really focused. I was doing some of the work. I still wasn't, it was early on the journey, right? I wasn't as deep as I am now in terms of the information and being really into it. But it was starting to nudge me a little bit. And I was starting to get to this point, right? And I remember just like the workouts and all this other stuff. And I remember I got to a point where I was like, I had I started to have like abs and all types of stuff. Like I ain't never had abs since like I was like 6 or 7, like legit, just excited. But I still saw myself as that overweight person. I still felt that way. And I didn't know at the time that I needed to work on my mental image. Because eventually I allowed the outside world, people, judgment and everything else influence that same image that I had about myself to make myself go backwards. I put more stress on myself to keep trying to stay this way. And I say this because so many of us are struggling and so many of us are looking for happiness, inner peace. We're looking for more prosperity in our lives and better careers or whatever it may be. And we don't realize that it's our mental image of the situation. That's what's going on. You first have to change that, because I didn't change that. So even when I was actually looking good, like getting a lot of looks, like, cause I didn't even know. I was never that person, but I noticed like, oh, okay, why women keep looking at me? Like, I don't remember getting these looks. Like when I was this old overweight person, like I was cool. Like I never thought I was just hideous or any ugly or anything like that, but I just knew it was different. But even then, that still didn't help, because I still didn't correct my mental image of myself. I still didn't heal those past wounds that being overweight caused, right? And this can go into anything. Maybe you don't have to deal with this situation. Good. I wouldn't wish anybody weight issues, because it's not something, it sucks. Especially if you have an active mind like mine, like, and you know how great you are, you know that you're working hard, and you don't get that same reciprocation, right? Like, it's the worst feeling in the world. And I had to learn how to build myself up. There's still stuff I'm dealing with, still stuff I'm learning how to get over, right? Like, this is a never ending thing. But you have to learn that now what's really causing it, no matter how much you change the exterior, you must change the mental image first. Think about it this way. For example, right? There are people right now who making money, but they still cheap as hell. Cheap as hell. Won't even use the money to enjoy their lives. Got tens of millions of dollars. Tens of millions of dollars. I remember listening to who was it? Tony Robbins, and he was talking about how he was like doing, I guess, like spiritual guide and mentor or whatever, talking to some billionaire dude. And he was like, he was talking about how this guy had all this money, and his wife and daughter spent a certain amount of money. It's probably a couple $100,000 or whatever. I don't know. I'm just assuming. But if he probably had that much, because he flew off the handle. But he said the guy flew off the handle at them. Just went off on him about, da. And he was like, what's the point of all this money if you're never going to spend it? It's the principle. And then he went into basically breaking it down to the dude to make him understand like how absurd he was and just in terms of that. And again, the reason why I tell you that story is because, again, that mental image of money is meant to be used for your experiences, to create great experiences with the people you love, for yourself, for others. Money is energy. It likes to move. Money doesn't like to be saved. Like one thing I was listening to earlier today, and this is for anything, I'm just using the money thing because a lot of people they're dealing with a lot of money issues, right? So people can relate to that. But You have to look at it in a new way. You have to look at the relationship in a new way. You have to look at you building character about what really matters to you in this lifetime. Because if you don't change the mental image of whatever you're struggling with, whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever you're trying to become in this reality and understand your purpose, if you don't change the mental image first, then you will not make it. You will not make it. You will not make it to the point where you are satisfied, where you are grateful, where you are appreciative, where you have actual real inner peace and happiness. Those are the goals. The growth is the goal. No one's saying this is going to come tomorrow. No one's saying it happens in 2 days. It depends. It really depends on who you are as a person. What resistance is built up on what topic you're trying to go after. If you always look at yourself as a terrible person, if you always look at yourself as someone who can't get it right, if you're always looking at the person as always see yourself as the person who, I can't do that. I can never, start my own YouTube. I can never become my own business owner. I can never be a great mother or a great sister or a great brother or a husband or a father. If that's your mental image, if your mental image of people is all people are evil, I love animals more than people, all that stuff that people say. It's like, it ain't nothing wrong with to love animals, but I'm not going to put no animal over a human being. I'm sorry. But that's kind of the thinking we have today, that people literally will die over something that will literally, if they don't know them, will kill them, but you wouldn't die for your own ecosystem, for your fellow human, because your mental image of humans is bad. That's when I always say, like, oh, it's so much bad in the world. And people say it's so much bad in the world. And I always say, like, no, like, I don't fear this world. There's lovable people in this world because I'm in this world. Like, how you going to say there's bad people in this world and you can't trust anybody? That's the favorite. Oh, don't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody. Can't trust anybody. Yeah, there are people hurting. That's the issue. People are hurting. It's like, you have to understand that you have to have empathy. That's real compassion, is when you understand, and real power is when you understand that someone, you could easily outdo them. You could easily attack them, but you choose not to because you understand that they're hurting. No one wants to be just ruthless. Some people are being taken over because they haven't mastered themselves. So if you're not mastering yourself, then some energy form is going to come into you and operate through you. So what is operating through you? What is creating that mental image within your mind? You have to sit down. That's why I've done podcasts on the difference of being alone and being lonely. Sometimes you have to be alone in order to get your mind right, in order to get yourself right, so that you can pour into others, so that you can pour into yourself first. Get yourself right. Because this is a real thing. And I want people really to heal themselves, because, I can't trust you. Well, if you can't trust me, then that means, like, I know I can trust me. Right? And I feel I'm a trustworthy person. So if I say don't trust anybody, then I'm saying I can't trust myself. And I'm not trustworthy. That's what you are saying. Anytime you say something where you generalize and you pretty much have a mental image of everybody being sneaky, everybody is corrupt, everybody is this, everybody is that, then you're saying that about yourself, because you are a part of this world. It never ceased to amaze me how many people would say this out of their mouth, not understanding the power that they have, right? And this is not judgment, right? Like, I'm not here to judge. I'm here to inspire. Like, that's the goal. And I want people to understand that it takes you, your individual self, to change who you are. So many people want to always just wait on the exterior to change, when really your mental image, your inner world, is creating your outer world. Everybody want peace, but don't nobody want to do anything for it. They don't even want to make peace with themselves. They want to live the life of, you got grown people still talking like they 15 or 22, and they over 35, 40, 45, 50, still talking about sex like they kids. And then be like, why the world so messed up? Because we overindulge in so many things, and we don't see, I'm going to use a college word, this is the intersectionality of things, right? We don't see how being overly sexual hurts our aura, right? And it brings in more confusion for us, and mixed signals, and put the frequencies at different levels. So now, not only is that hurting you, because maybe now you feel less confident. So now you feel less confident in your job. So now that creates even more, limiting beliefs about your money. And now you have these money issues. And then all from that money issue, now you have relationship issues, because every relationship is almost kind of like a transactional relationship. What can I get out of this? Not what can I pour into this? Like, we have to start to look at life differently, and we really have to start to change our mental image of what we consider to be valuable to us. Let's change what we say, and let's change what we do. Let's change what we value. You have the right to do whatever you want. If you want to knock this, cool. That's up to you, right? That's the beauty of this. You have the ability to do as you please. But please believe there is a path to everything. There's a path to everything. And if you keep going down this path and you're not reaching the end results that you think you want, and you're not getting the results you want, you got to do a different path. You got to take a new approach. We are in a golden age. This is a golden age. This is so beautiful. There are so many things that are going right that we need to focus on those things. But if you're not focused on mastering your mental image of all your situations, of yourself, then you're going to allow the world to master you. You're going to allow them to create the mental image for you. I'm not into all this protesting, all this. Like, I love that people are looking more at, okay, this is what's going on. But really, what really matters is getting yourself right. Ain't no protest, ain't no none of this, all this other stuff going to change anything truly until you change you. Because when you change you, you're going to attract the type of leaders that we need to be in office, to care about the environment, to care about the water, to care about whatever is going on. And those people are going to be the same type of people, so they're going to be more concerned with what is good for the greater. They're not going to just be focused on what can I get out of this money. That's the type of energy we're dealing with. This is why you have to be careful even who you're listening to, because including me. But I speak from my heart. This is me. I don't know how to be fake. Like I have to work on that, because I see other creators, YouTube creators, doing the same stuff, and it's all still like on the same wavelength of let's just get things. We're greater than things. We create these things. You give value to whatever you value. And whatever you don't value, you don't value. If we were all told to wake up the next day and this was possible, and they said, you know what, having mansions and everything that we consider to have money, all that is trash. You don't want that. And that was the movement, and everybody, and they was the rappers, the singers, everybody was just making songs about how garbage it is. You would not be still like, oh, I want it anyway. No, you would be right in the herd crowd talking about, yeah, I don't want that nonsense. Because again, it's what we give value to. And so if you always stuck with the system or in the herd mentality, which is always having their mental images created for them, right? Like that's what's going on. They having their mental image created for them. They're told what to think. Their thoughts are created for them. They're not thinking on their own. They don't understand this. Understand. Your mental image is reality. Just because you can't see it happening in the physical sense doesn't mean it's not already started in the spiritual sense. Everything that you want to happen in your life is already going on, and it's created with your mental image. That's why they say your mind is so powerful. And we don't use most of it because how many people dream nowadays? Some people don't dream. Some people can't even close their eyes and see visuals. And that's not to knock you, because look, I'm still getting better at it. It's things that we have to work on. But this message is always going to be about how can we grow? How can we add to the collective consciousness more peace, more love, more gratitude, more appreciation? How can I become better as just a spirit having a human experience? How can I master this human experience? How can I do that inner work? Because when you start to do that, that's what you're going after. All the things are just meant for you to try to make yourself happy. That's really what it is. So if you're able to get happy now, wherever you are, if you're able to feel like you are enough now, if you're able to feel like you are worthy now, you are wealthy now, do you know what's going to flow into your life? Ooh. It's going to be too good. It's going to be too good. Too freaking good. And that's what you have to understand. Get your mental image right on any situation that you're struggling with. If that's trying to see your mother as a better person, if that's trying to see your father as a better person, or if that's to see the opposite sex as a better person or better people or people with good intentions, or seeing yourself with more money, seeing yourself, just feeling better, right? Out of your depression, out of whatever is going on in your life. Apply it to anything. That's the key. That's what's going to change it. And if you're like, well, how can I do that? I will never, like I said, I coach people because I help them, guide them. Like, that's what teachers do, right? I'm never going to give you just the answer. I'm going to help you figure out how you can find the answer for yourself. You can look up visualizations. That's why I talk about affirmations, playing them when you sleep, because you're retraining your subconscious mind. Because then when your subconscious is now like, oh, okay, well, you know what? I now really actually feel like we are wealthy. So now it's going to start producing thoughts, right? About you being wealthy. You're going to start having dreams about you being wealthy. You're going to start having dreams that you're in shape. You're going to start having dreams that you have, peace in your life. Sometimes it's the energy. You can sage yourself. It's so many different things that you have to do that I don't want to just give you one thing. So whatever you need to ask yourself this one question. Is ask and you shall receive, right? Abraham Hicks' book, ask and it is given. So whatever you really want to find an answer to, I want you to take time whenever you can and sit down. And I want you to really meditate and just ask whoever you serve, the universe, God, yourself, whatever. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to enlighten. I'm here to inspire. And truly feel it. Feel it with your heart. Feel that. And then know that it is going to come to you. Just know that it's going to come. Don't ask for stuff and then be worried about it, because that's how you stop it. Ask for it. And then you can either write it out too. I've done that before and that's been very helpful. Just ask, you wait for a little bit, and then you just start to write. And don't stop yourself, even if it seemed like you just trying to give yourself the answer. Like you're trying to make up and formulate an answer for yourself that you'll be satisfied. Just write and just keep writing. Because I'm telling you, you'll be amazed how it works. You'll be amazed how it works when you really open up and surrender. The universe is always constantly saying yes to you. It's inviting you in. It's like that big mama hug. Like, come over here and give it. Like, it's like Big Mama's peach cobbler. I'm over here getting hungry. Y'all got me tripping out here. But real, it's like whatever it is. It's that nice cool breeze on a summer day. That's what the universe is inviting us into. Just bliss. So that's where you have to learn to grow and learn to be listening. That's why you can't be always busy, always worrying about what your friend's doing, what this person doing, how this person look, why this person act like this. Like, no, worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. A lot of people used to always say that. We used to tell the students that when I was teaching and stuff. But like, it's sometimes the simplest stuff is the realest and deepest and truest knowledge you can have. Worry about yourself. That's why I am so, your mental image is worrying about yourself. It's focus on yourself. Just focus on yourself. Don't even worry. Focus on yourself. So let's change that. Not worry about yourself. Focus on yourself. Focus on how you could build your mental images better for yourself and where you're going and for your family. Some of y'all are having children issues. You having baby mama, baby daddies, or your husband or your wife ain't treating you the same. Y'all having issues with your relationships. And it's like, I want you to really think and write down for yourself, what is my mental image of this situation, of the person in it, of myself in it? Right? Like, what is your mental image of you being in it? Are you playing the victim? Are you just trying to win instead of pour into that situation understanding, compassion, empathy, love, solution oriented? This is real talk, people. How can you help yourself become better? How can you help yourself build that bridge to make amends with whatever's going on? Even if the person is technically wrong because they just out here. Yeah, I get it. But like I said, what if you knew that nothing could rattle you? No person's expectations, no person's behavior, no words, none of that. It couldn't faze you. That's possible. That's what we're working towards. Stop always trying to stop trying to force it. Old language. If you're younger, you might not have heard that. Stop forcing it. I think that was more of like a New York slang. I used to go to school on the East Coast, so don't worry, folks. But like we'd be like, stop forcing it. You forcing it. And that's a lot of what we're doing. That's what I had to learn too, right? Because I'm an empath, so like I run into a lot of broken people, especially women, kind of broken. And I want to heal people, and I sometimes force it, and it ain't always. I don't need to. I don't have to force a situation. And also, I'm an Aries, so we just like to keep going. Like in any situation, it's just like boom, 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 right? Like just keep pounding and forcing it until we get to where we're going. And sometimes you have to realize you don't have to force anything. You're not going anywhere. Everything is coming to you. So what are you vibrating? What are you sending out? What are you sending out? Because that's all that's coming back to you. So understand, your mental image is everything. It's everything. So if you want to get over any situation, start to think differently about the situation. Start to have a different image about the situation. Start to see yourself overcoming the situation. See yourself being happy. See yourself doing what you love. See yourself enjoying and forgiving whatever it is, whoever it is. I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. And I know that sometimes it could be hard. Trust me, I've been through it. I go through it. I'm going to keep going through it because that's the evolution, right? Like once you get to the next level, it's not like, okay, now you don't go through any of this anymore. No, it's just now you have a different situation. Now you have to think differently about this situation. I'm telling you, you can do it. You really can. Just, you have to start with your mind. You have to start with those mental images, okay? So, I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Please hit the like button. If you didn't like it too much, then at least just comment and give your suggestions on what you did like or what you want to hear more of. Please comment, subscribe, share it, like it. Like I always said, you don't have to donate or do any type of business with me, but please just share it because it definitely helps others when I'm able to pop up in their recommendations and spread more positivity. And it's because of you guys that do that you're changing the world. It's not only me, it's us. We're changing the world because I can't do it without you. I can't like this 1,000 times. They only give me one like. I could comment only so much, right? So definitely go ahead, try to spread it, try to do your best. And thank you for the donations. Thank you for the love. Keep doing that. That helps the channel go. If you want coaching services, if you want to just email me, let's get this comment section popping because I want to hear what you learn. I want to hear what you are thinking about doing and what actions you are doing. If you come back to this later on, like go back to the other videos and comment and tell others how great or what helped you and what you have seen. Like I definitely just want to keep building and definitely want to help do my part for what I'm meant to do. Because, this really does feed my soul. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to help. All right. So I love you. You're worthy. You are enough. You are deserving of everything in your life. And everything is always working out for you. You go be great. And I'll talk to you on the next episode. All right. Bye.